cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's time again to cherish all the time you spend, you tuned in to. It's the number one podcast. The topics of discussion when we broadcast. So all them artificial man jokes, we do it natural from the concrete to a public standpoint. Real, wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real, you just gotta listen. Wherever you're from, life is coexisting, but to know the real.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the 52 Scott Podcast. I'm your host, K Money, and in the building with me, my co-host Slash, Freddie G, and Comedian 96. Collectively, we are the Mind of Men. You can find us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Scott Podcast, Instagram and Facebook, the 52 Scott Podcast, and if you're on YouTube, don't forget to like and or subscribe. What's up, fellas? Welcome to another True Tuesday. Man, today's story is, to me, actually, it's a little comical, but at the same time, it's a serious issue that hopefully folks should take serious because it was actually a police lieutenant here in Houston, Metro Police to be specific, which is the Transit Authority Police Department. So this person had high rank, was allegedly charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on a family member. Now, the family member, I'm underline that word family member because the person that she tried to run over was a pastor. So keep in mind, you have a police lieutenant trying to run over a pastor, two people that you highly, with respect with the positions that they hold.
Would do anything like that.
Thank you. You wouldn't think anything like this would happen.
No.
And again, this person here, the police lieutenant, female, name was Tarlisha James, wow. Lieutenant Tarlisha James.
Tarlisha James?
Sister. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tried to run over a pastor. Now, I said family member, but, they were actually lovers, ex-lovers.
Yeah.
They were in a previous relationship that had ended 2 years prior to this incident occurring. And this incident occurred in early May. So they ended the relationship but still remained friends, which probably was problem number one.
Right.
But that's a pastor, so again,
crazy.
Pastor was doing some dirt though, bro.
He had to have.
Yeah. See, that's the only way you get in.
Yeah.
As a pastor, you're not supposed to be involved in none of this mess.
No.
I
Getting
agree.
ran over.
The relationship probably shouldn't have been in the first place.
And she knows she should never run over a pastor.
But you said it in the beginning. You said something kind of makes me wonder. You said it said family member at first, right?
Right. That's what the charges were: aggravated assault with the
deadly
weapon against a family member.
Wow.
And it was.
And I'm not sure what the relationship
if
was.
if I'm not mistaken, didn't they mention something about she was trying to retrieve a key?
He asked her to bring his key to his apartment.
Okay, so right there. Was he married?
I'm not sure if he was married. I thought one of them was in a relationship. I'm not sure if he was married or not.
What it sounds like to me,
because if he was married, now I'm thinking that he had an apartment off to the side from his,
Right, was he?
And now
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, if he was married, most pastors are married, most of them.
Right.
And now he's asking her, "Hey, bring me my key to my apartment, to the apartment." So I'm thinking that he done copped an apartment for them to go have their rendezvous because she was married, right?
That's what I'm saying. I know. I thought one of them had words in a relationship because they were. It was like a mistress type of relationship, from my understanding.
Wow.
So, or if he was married, well, if they both were married, it's still wrong either way. Yeah.
So doing my CSI, just analogizing the story, it sounds like to me. You said a part there that they just want to be friends and just remain friends.
Well, they remain friends when the relationship ended, correct.
So if from a male's perspective, the man said, look, I can still hit, but I ain't paying no more bills.
You think that's what was going on?
So she ran him over. Once he said, I ain't paying no more bills, She ran him over.
Well,
End of story.
She also yelled in trying to run him over, I told you not to fuck with me.
Because he didn't want to pay no bills.
But that could be a woman scoring too.
Yeah.
You know, if she thinking that
Yeah,
he's
but
fucking around
if
with
you
somebody else.
you already said we remain friends. So right
Yeah,
there, you
in
already
her mind,
right.
that's just it could be the opposite of what you're saying. You know, if we still fucking, then we still in a relationship. In her mind, because you know females
Right,
are emotional,
exactly.
But he's not thinking that same way.
Okay, now
So because the dynamics of the relationship would change, I would think.
now
True.
flip it. It's natural for us as men to think that she's scorned, right?
Based on her actions,
Based upon
correct.
her actions. But I also heard you say that when she was in the process of running him over, that she said, "I told you not to F with me."
Right.
Well, what if the pastor wasn't really done and wanted to hit it one more time?
See?
And that triggered her.
And that triggered her. Look, I told you not to mess with me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I'm sorry, I put it on the man on this one. He wrong, man.
I mean,
First you're a pastor.
that's my thing. First thing,
First and foremost.
and they human too.
Yeah, they are.
But this type of situation should never. She know that he a pastor.
Again, both of these people are in
he's held to a
positions that
higher
you.
standard.
There you go.
Right.
Both of these people hold positions that you hold to a higher standard.
Yeah.
And again, her being a lieutenant,
Yeah.
police lieutenant.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't Houston Police or Harris County or anything like that, but it was still a police department.
Right.
And they still, you know,
Yeah.
And she committed a crime.
A crime.
definitely was a
Yeah.
crime.
That was a crime.
What's crazy is she actually took him to the hospital. You know, after she tried to run his ass
And they
over.
lied about why they were there.
Oh, she did.
So something about she told him that he fell down some
Oh, yeah,
stairs
yeah,
and
that's
bruised his knee and had a cut on his head and all of this. But that ain't what happened.
But he co-signing her
So
story, though.
He had to co-sign.
He the dummy. Now,
Well, no, he had to.
What
But think
now?
about it. He the pastor of the church.
unless he
And
married,
he
now
don't
you
want to
gotta.
lose. And he don't want to lose. Okay,
So now-
let's say if he married, he gonna co-sign the story.
That's what I'm saying.
But if he not married, he still don't want to lose his congregation.
Yeah, either way, he gonna lose.
Yeah,
something.
either way, he's gonna
Something
take a
you about
loss.
to lose.
I mean, because
If
the
not both.
integrity of both of them
It's horrible.
is already tarnished.
You
You
know
know
what I'm saying? It's bad.
I'm just curious to see how this story is going to play out, though. You
Yeah.
know, you mentioned Freddie G, him possibly losing his congregation. Now,
Yeah.
I think Slash said earlier they human too. So you think it would have that big of an impact?
Man, people are fickle, and so when you're held to a higher standard, especially when it's something like if you have a first lady and some infidelity is the reason why you and your wife may get divorced or whatever, and people, your congregation, all of this time you've been preaching to us out this Bible, and you may have even had sermons talking about infidelity.
Right.
I disagree.
And now here it is, you're doing this. Sometimes people are looking at you sideways. Now that doesn't mean that everybody, but so on a small scale, let's say he only had 100 people in his church. 2 or 3 of them people leaving.
I would agree.
I agree now.
I
agree.
that he is losing
Yeah.
Yeah.
members
Either
of the
way,
congregation.
yeah, he's gonna lose some.
And if 2 or 3 people are leaving,
Simone gonna
that's
lose.
probably about $60 in tithes, because that's $20
per person.
So that's probably he lost $60
Yeah, he
right
lost
there.
$60. Yeah.
a month.
Yeah.
No, a week.
A
That's
week?
tithes.
Yes, tithes.
Yeah,
Every
we-
Sunday.
Yeah, right.
So
Tithes
he
and
probably
offering.
lost about $60
Yeah.
right there.
Okay, speaking of him losing, how do you think the police lieutenant would take a loss, if any? You think she should be fired?
Her license should be taken.
Well, her she's gonna go. They're gonna go through the protocol like all the police departments do. She's gonna be suspended, probably with pay, pending investigation.
Yeah, investigation.
And then, but the thing is her husband.
Yeah. And this was personal.
Her husband.
Yeah,
How
she's
does
still
he-
human.
How does he handle it?
Well, this what the lie was about. You know,
To save both
to
of them.
save both of them.
Yeah. So the thing is how if she take a loss anywhere, of course you got to have money, your livelihood, to live or whatever. But she can go to another police.
And that's normally what they do.
Yeah, she can go to another district or somewhere
And work.
and work as a police officer.
Well, she didn't kill him.
But I mean, it's a misdemeanor, I would assume.
I don't think they're gonna let her go. I'm
It
gonna
would be a
honest.
misdemeanor if
No,
she's.
I'm talking about. Yeah, I would assume.
I don't think they'll let her go. I'm gonna be honest with you because it's domestic. I think she'll
I
get
would
reprimanded.
assume-
Because
I would
it's
assume
domestic, makes it a problem.
because okay, let me tell you why I would think it'll reduce to a lesser charge and become a misdemeanor because she didn't leave the scene
Okay.
and she
can see that.
assisted.
So what would be the lesser charge?
I wouldn't know whatever the range is.
I mean, but the current charge couldn't be a misdemeanor though.
She can get falsified
well,
information.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. I said that I think that it probably turned into a misdemeanor. They'll probably reduce it to a lesser charge.
That part I didn't understand.
And part of it is because she didn't flee the scene,
And that shows compassion.
and she
you
assisted
thought
in
about
getting him medical
right,
attention.
right. She wanted to assure that he.
So now the lie, that's just a lie, and they found out that this is really a lie.
shit,
But that still doesn't change the fact that you did assist, you didn't flee the scene. Then I would also think that it'll probably play a part for a lesser charge if he wanted to press charges or not.
Well, if he co-signed with the story that's
Well, let's say the story is found out a lie.
right,
You know, that'll tell me that, okay, he probably wouldn't want to press charges.
exactly. That's
So
the point.
that's another lesser charge. Now the DA could probably
pick it up
or whatever, in a lesser charge, some kind of way. So some kind of way, man. I think that at some point when it all come out in a wash, it'll be a lesser charge, and
probably because the longevity that she has. You know, not
This-
her career is pretty much ruined. I would think at this point,
I don't think so. I'm gonna tell
forced
you.
retirement.
I'm gonna tell you. This is one of them stories, and I know y'all know what I'm talking about. One of them stories that we hear about it now. It's hot for 1 or 2 weeks. It disappears. A year from now, it gets swept under the rug. 2-3 years from now, we'll be like, "Hey, whatever happened to that lady, that girl, that lieutenant that ran over a pastor? Y'all know what happened? Y'all know the follow up on that? You know how many stories you probably thought something was going to happen, and years go by, you just don't hear anything else from them. I think this is one of those because she's a lieutenant. Man, had she just started or something?
well, the way that you hear about it,
Yeah, man.
those stories stay in the news is the anchor that's actually covering that story would have to continue
Recap.
to follow up with that story to recap because that's his or her story.
Right.
That's that anchor story. That's just like the police Daryl Goings
Yeah.
with the raid in the Heights, wherever it was.
Lord.
Wherever it took place with the white couple killed. Well, every many months it'll just fall off the radar. It's just like you forget all about it. Then all of a sudden he's back in the news because they're giving an update. That's that anchor following up with that story. So for the stories, addressing what you were saying, Comedian 96, for the stories that they just go away,
Yeah.
there'd be those anchors that don't follow up with those stories.
Yeah, because it's a lot of stories you be like, man, I know this person gonna get time, and then you don't hear anything, and then 2-3 years later, oh, they're free, and oh, they free? What do you mean? They just
I mentioned the lieutenant's name, but I feel it's only right that I mention the pastor name, and his name was Roderick Darnell Dawson, and he was the pastor at St. Paul AME Church off of Gears Road, which is on the north
on
side.
the north side of Houston.
So I can just imagine his congregation. You know, north side is pretty lit.
That's the hood.
Yeah.
Years is the
Yeah,
hood.
exactly. So-
Years is green. He turned
So
left
his
is
congregation may not even care. You know what I'm saying?
years. Yeah.
Just
It just depends on where he come from.
I don't know, man. You got okay.
you would think
If
that
if you all four of us, if we attended that church and we were all married, do you think we would still be attending that church.
If he's not married, I don't see what the problem would be.
Now after
Like okay, yeah, like
If the pastor
so
wasn't married,
okay.
I don't see where the problem would be.
Man, honestly, bro, I feel like all pastors are doing something. Yeah, that's just my look at them. I just know that they using that.
Would you say to yourself, man, I ain't tithing in this church no more. He's spending money on hoes. He using my money to go pay her bills.
Are you sure you ain't scoring by God rest his soul, Bernie Mac, that Friday episode? What he
let me say this: the one thing God didn't want us to do now
what's that?
was judge people.
Exactly.
So we can't say what it was.
I tell people that all the time. I don't judge nobody. I don't have a heaven and hell for you to go to, so I can't judge you.
And I just feel like if he was a pastor, man, and he wasn't married, and I went to his church, even though the woman was married, I still don't see a problem with him. Even though, that was a married woman, but he a single man too.
Yeah,
he's still a human.
Right, and that's the part right there. He's still a human. If he was married, I'm with you, Flash. I would look and think different of him.
Yeah, if he was married, I'd be like that.
So let's say he wasn't married, right?
Yeah.
And you're at the church. Would it make a difference? Now he's in the news. We know everything that's going on. We're sitting in the congregation. Would it make a difference if he come out and apologize versus never addressing it at all? Now, for me, if he comes out and he say, "Hey, I was caught in the news doing something, blah, 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 blah. That's not godly like, blah, 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 blah," and say what he has to say, I'm like, oh, okay.
I mean, he has to address the elephant in the room.
Yeah,
if he doesn't, then definitely I would probably leave the church.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like if he didn't address it, then I'll be like, okay.
Because you have to be an honest man now.
Yeah, you have to talk about it.
The truth has been found out. Now you need to tell us the truth.
Yeah.
Tell us your side before it get ugly, because what your side may not even be what we're about to hear.
So that means that the answer to my question earlier, would you still attend that church? The answer is actually yes, if he come out and apologize and
talk
be
about
honest
it right
to the congregation.
Right.
And no, I wouldn't attend that church
if he didn't bring it up
at all. And he ignored it.
And I don't want to change the narrative, but I just want to say, what if it was T.D. Jakes?
Yeah,
at your church.
Exactly. And I know he
the
lost.
news about him just come out.
Okay, now I finna tell you. See, the news about T.D.
It's different.
Hold on.
That's what
they came. Well, hold on. The news that came out about T.D. Jakes is social media versus actually being broadcast by a news station.
Oh, they broadcasted all the news.
Yeah,
CNN, everybody broadcasted.
Yes, they did.
Have you been swallowed? Swallowed.
We don't see much about TD Jakes anymore on social media.
They just dropped it.
He just
He
incognito.
So now,
so that means that now TD, you got to come in and explain.
You got to explain something. And he never explained that, did he?
No,
I haven't heard anything.
Hold on 1 second. So is it that social media ran with it, and then the news picked it up and it got more traction, or did somebody actually come out and say TD Jakes did this to me, or is it was just rumors?
I don't know if nobody just said he done that.
If it was just rumors and the TD and the media picked up on the rumors.
I think they riding a P Diddy coattail about the parties that he has, and TD Jakes has been known to have attended these parties.
Yep.
Now, whether or not there's actual video, I haven't seen anything. I haven't heard
so with
any
that
audio.
being said, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, Slash. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I probably would still attend his church. I'm gonna tell you why. Because number one, there are rumors, and I don't think that everybody that attended Diddy's parties partaked in whatever was going on.
Right.
I don't even think some of them even knew what was going on.
Yeah.
So and then if TD Jakes was comfortable, I did see some kind of thing where he was dancing or something. But if he was comfortable there with being on camera or whatever. I don't, but so I probably would still attend the church.
But see, I haven't heard anyone say if they've heard T.D. Jakes come out and say anything about the accusations being made.
I don't know if any.
Know.
I don't know.
Have you been
if
swallowed?
So if nothing does come out, if he doesn't come out and say anything, you still gonna feel the same way you feel about him now?
Well, here's the thing: it's still rumors.
Is he still
versus
preaching?
That's what I'm saying. Once these accusations have come out, you really haven't heard or seen anything from him.
Yeah, it's still rumors.
True, it is rumors.
It's still rumors, but of course, you kind of look a little sideways.
Yeah.
And then two, if he's not preaching at the church, if he's not preaching at the church, I probably wouldn't be there because, damn, I come to see you preach, and not some of your associate pastors.
Yeah.
Preaching.
Okay, so that's how different is that from this story that we were discussing earlier, as far as the lie?
Okay, so
the lie is possibly a rumor.
So in the story that we're discussing,
Right, the Metro Police
the
officer.
lie doesn't weigh even heavy on me at all. I'm going to tell you why. The lie is nothing because
Alleged lie.
that they were
He fell down.
that he fell.
Right.
Yeah.
That's nothing. The truth is now y'all was messing around.
I think that rumor probably was already floating.
So the lie is to cover up the crime, which is running over him. But
That still don't cover up.
But now y'all was messing around.
Yeah, they was.
Y'all was messing around. So when you're not addressing the church and y'all messing around, or whatever the case may be, and y'all got busted, y'all were actually busted, now that's totally different versus a rumor about somebody being gay or at the party.
When you say y'all were being busted of having a relationship,
Well, I mean, I don't think that the news, or let me put it this way, did the news say allegedly involved in a relationship? Or did they say?
That's just it, because they say family member, but then they also say lover, ex-lover.
Okay, so see, they didn't use allegedly. And I think that the news is smart enough to use allegedly to keep themselves from being a part of some kind of suit or something.
Right.
So when they said ex-lover and their relationship was over for 2 years,
So that confirms.
so that confirms right there.
That is a
The
relationship.
lie itself, he fell down some stairs, was just to cover up, I ran over this motherfucker.
Well, yeah, they definitely go both take a loss, because that's tarnishing the integrity of them by lying to cover up the crime.
I think this part is a lie. End of the romantic relationship. I think that was a lie.
You think it was still?
I think they were still fooling around.
Well, they said that it ended 2 years prior to
I think
her.
that's where I think
2
the lie is
years, and you asking for your key 2 years later. That kind of don't sound
I
right.
think that's where the lie is. And
Yeah,
if the woman was married, that's what she trying to cover up. We've been did that. That's old. That's what she trying to
So
tell the man,
they was messing around.
Yeah, I agree.
Versus T.D. Jake's rumor.
He just hit home. He could have asked for his Rock'em Sock'em robot, anything, but not the key. The key just hurt her heart. So now that I'm doing my
trying to
CSI,
move on
you
to
should
the
have
next
asked for
one.
your Afro pig.
He was
You
trying to
should
move
have
on
asked
to
for
the
your
next one.
shaver. Not the whole
But
key.
what does this say about
'Cause that
this
mean-
woman? 'Cause
no
wasn't
access.
she married? She was married, right?
Yeah,
But you took the key, so that means he has no access to him.
She
no
didn't
more.
care nothing about her husband.
right. Obviously not.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
She totally blanked out.
Yeah.
To react in the manner that she did, not
Yeah.
thinking about the consequences.
And you got a whole husband over here, and
Right.
you done run over the man.
Status. It got to be
The
status.
pastor
If it's a
over
nice sized church,
You
you
know?
got to be status. She was looking at status.
Crazy.
Maybe
I'm
her
not
husband
familiar
wasn't
with the
doing
church,
anything.
but again, I told you where it was
Well,
located.
when you say status, Comedian 96, what status is she looking for if she's married?
Well, if she's married,
If she's married-
her husband was probably boring, which I've seen a lot. She boring husband. Then you got this pastor. Probably, I don't know what he has. This is allegedly. I don't know if he has a car. He might have a big house, car, anything.
Let's say he has.
So,
let's say he has
status.
millions and millions of dollars.
Status.
Okay, what status is she's gonna get out of that? Because
His status.
she's the side chick,
Right. But she's getting
and she's not gonna be.
She's
They're
getting
not gonna be in public.
right, but she'll get the other benefits.
What other
like
benefits
she
too?
might got a Toyota Corolla. He might upgrade her
She
to
was
a
a
Lexus.
police
How
lieutenant,
she
bro.
gonna bring that?
Oh, that's right. Oh my
And
bad.
how she gonna bring that home to her husband?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just
It's no beneficial
maybe
thing
she's
for
crazy.
her
I
besides.
don't know. Allegedly,
Financially, she was better.
I
Probably
was
better
trying
than
to
he was.
CSI. All
Yeah.
I'm trying to do was CSI. And
So status is not.
Yeah.
it's not. We're going to take that off the drawing board. Okay,
You
let's go
gotta
back.
take it out the
Yeah,
drawing
let's go back to the
That was a
office.
sexual relationship.
She was
Period.
definitely emotionally attached to this pastor,
pastor,
for
yeah.
whatever reason, and he was possibly about to move on to the next one, which is why he asked for
For
his
the key back.
Right.
I'm through laying hands on you. Can I have my keys back?
Can I have a back, please?
In Jesus' name.
Not till you take these 4-wheel drive. Do stop.
But that just goes to show you, fellas, man, it's no position that this could have actually been a Women Wednesday topic, but it just goes to show how emotions can definitely make one click and do things that you surely will regret, especially in positions that, you know, like we said earlier, you hold to a higher expectation. But I appreciate y'all joining and listening to us. Peace out. This concludes another True Tuesday episode, and be sure you tune in tomorrow for another episode of Women Wednesday with Freddie G. Don't forget to follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, at 52 Sky Podcast, Instagram and Facebook, The 52 Sky Podcast, and if you're on YouTube, don't forget to like and or subscribe. And to all my 52 Sky faithfuls, it may be new to you, but if you heard it here, then you know it's true.